Mr. Boone, I call BS. How's it going, everybody? Psycho Last Valerian back again with another Mortal Kombat 11 topic video. I haven't done one of these things since last year before the game came out, and that was just about, it's basically just saying, like, yeah, here's my plans for the game. Talking about playing through the story and all that type of stuff, and I'm going to do that for Aftermath, of course. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. So yes, I'll be doing a live stream of the new story for Aftermath. But try to keep in line with these videos here, or with the topic videos. The gameplay you're looking at here was when I first used Sub-So-D. I don't remember there what the variation name was. When I first used Sub-So-D before my rank session that I played a few days ago, or that I got up on the channel a few days ago. Yeah, this is just some warm-up matches really that I was first time I was messing around with it. I was like, all right, can I do anything with this? We'll find out. And another thing to try to keep in line with the tradition of these, yes, the video is kind of about Mileena, because most of the topic videos had to do with Mileena. So I'm not lying in the title of the video. Yes, it does have something to do with Mileena, but it's more so about other characters that aren't used. And this little interview thing that I was reading here that I got, it's a comicbook.com link. I'll try to remember to link that down below in the description of the video. You know how I am about remembering things. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you should know how I am about remembering things. But shout out to my friend Mr. Graham99 for sending me this link so I can check this out. Yeah, we'll be getting to that. But we'll start things off by talking about Mileena, because who doesn't want to talk about the Empress? Anyways, my original plan, my original ideas, theories that I had where Mileena was going to be able to join was I thought she was going to join during Combat Pack 2. Well, we got about half of a Combat Pack, but there might be a possibility we can get more. But originally, I thought, going way back last year to that text-based list that I kept talking about over and over and over again in my videos, it had 28 characters listed on there, and 24 of them were in the game. Like, every single one of them were, like, in the game. But, yeah, unfortunately, well, 25 of them, counting Shang Tsung. But, unfortunately, Mileena was not one of those. So, 26 and 27 spot said Mileena and Shang Tsung, respectively. It also said unlockable. Well, it turns out that Shang Tsung was part of the first Combat Pack, so I thought maybe Mileena might be part of the second Combat Pack. I still think she might be. Although, earlier this year, I didn't think she was going to be joining. In fact, I didn't even think there was going to be a second Combat Pack. I'm kind of glad they're still going to add some more characters, but I mean, hey, are we going to get 3 more? We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that later on. You know, we'll discuss that later on. But my original theory was that she would be part of that. So, we'll discuss, like, will she be able to join again? Hopefully, I mean, your fingers crossed, she's going to be able to join again. I want her to. And I'm sure that you do too. I'm sure a lot of you Mileena fans want her to join as well. But you know, there's other characters in this game that that should be here as well, and we're going to talk about those characters. But at the beginning, I said I'm calling Mr. Boone out for BS, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So let's whip up this article here. I'm not a professional or anything. I don't know how to capture, take a little picture of this type of stuff and then pop it up on the screen. I can't do things like that. I don't know how to do that. I wish I did. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're going to start right here. I said, during a new interview, creative director on the series Ed Boon revealed why they chose Fujin specifically. While hardcore fans are more than familiar with the fighter, he's far from the most popular. It's true. In fact, many Mortal Kombat fans didn't seem to know or remember who Fujin was when he was first revealed. In the process of revealing why the team chose Fujin, Boone reveals why some stalwarts like Mileena haven't been chosen yet. I mean, come on. It's, you know, like, there's still hope, right? Very small, but hope. Now, that was not Ed Boon that said that. It was comicbook.com saying that right there. The whole, you know, stalwarts like Mileena thing. Anyways, according to Boone, prioritizing all these characters would get stale after a while. Stale. Just keep that word in mind. Stale. Anyways, this was what Ed Boon said. I think over the years, we have about 80 Mortal Kombat characters in some cap city. The reason we added Fujin was because he hasn't been seen in a game in so long. Quite frankly, I think a decent number of players will be like, who's Fujin? If we just did Mileena, Katana, Jade, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Rain, 2 of which not in that game, 4 of which are, and 1 of which, well, we'll get to all that. Anyways, that was me that said that right here. We're going to get back to what Ed Boon was saying. you know, all these characters, I think it will get stale after a while, kind of like how he said earlier. We do need to give characters a rest once in a while. Then, when they do return, it's a big deal. It's a novelty, and so we're just kind of spreading it. Fujin was one of the things that our designers were like, hey, I think we could do something really cool with this character with wind and running on the wind and doing stuff with his sword. Alright, so yeah, anyways, when the designers say they could make something really unique with gameplay, that weighs a lot in terms of decision of who to bring back. You know? So that was all of what he said. So, let's just get that out of the way real quick. Yeah, I understand that if you guys have a really cool idea to do with characters and stuff like that, it's awesome, yes. It's a good thing to bring a character back that we haven't seen in a while. Yeah, but I mean, here's the problem. Like, you were saying that the characters would get stale and all that type of stuff. You know, if we just did this, we need to give them a rest once in a while. Okay, so you mentioned 6 characters here, Mr. Boone. You mentioned Mileena, Katana, Jade, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Rain. Like I said, 2 of which not in the game, 1 of which is Jade. Jade obviously does not have the popularity that Katana and Mileena have. Regardless if you like Mileena or not, Mileena is a very popular character. You know, like, so if you're like, you know, Camp Jade or whatever, I'm sorry, Mileena outdoes her in popularity. She rivals the popularity of Katana. You know, and pretty much Katana and Mileena are the female equivalent of Scorpion and Sub-Zero for the Mortal Kombat franchise. The thing is, Mr. Boone, like, people want Mileena to come back, and they want to see her every game, I personally feel. Definitely fans. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of fans that want to see her every game. I myself definitely want to see her every game, as her being my favorite character. And the reason is because I want to see how she evolves from game to game. Because you mentioned Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Yes, Scorpion has only missed 1 game. Sub-Zero, however, hasn't missed 1 at all, and even had his own spin-off game. You say that you want to give characters a rest, or that you should give characters a rest once in a while. Well, why haven't you taken a break from those characters? Probably because you know that nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see Sub-Zero or Scorpion miss a game. Nobody wants to see Katana or Liu Kang or Kung Lao or any of those characters. Johnny Cage, Sonya. Nobody wants to see those characters miss out on the game because they're fan favorites. People love those characters. You know, but if you are true to what you say, the next Mortal Kombat game, I don't want to see Scorpion or Sub-Zero, even though of course I do. You know, but yeah, I want you to stick true to your word. I don't want to see the likes of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Katana, you know, Johnny, yeah, Kano, and Sonya. Like, have them all miss out of the game then. You know, of course that would piss a lot of people off. It pissed me off too. You know, as I said, I don't want to see that. But now, I need to see that. I feel like I need to see that, so that way it doesn't sound like you're talking out your butt here. Because that's exactly what it sounds like. You're talking out your butt. That's what it sounds like. But you say these characters would get stale? No. These characters would not get stale. Because of what you do with them every single game. Does Scorpion play anything like he does in Mortal Kombat X? No, he does not. In Mortal Kombat X, more like Mortal Kombat X, you know, in Mortal Kombat X, Scorpion had a much different playstyle. And he felt very different because of the combo strings, because of the normals, because of how he controlled. That's the thing. You change the characters entirely. The only thing that remains is the spear, is the special moves, their special abilities, the spear, the teleport, and all that type of stuff. Sub-Zero with his ice ball, his slide. You know, Sonya with her rings and stuff like that. That makes sense. Yes, you want to continue to do that. But the thing is, these characters aren't going to get stale. Like, Sonya plays very different from the way that she plays in the previous game. Yes, she mixes characters up, but I mean, she feels different, though. So I guess she wouldn't really play different, but I mean, she does feel different because of the way the strings are. Obviously, it's still a mix-up because it's either back 1 into the overhead or back 1 into the low option. So, yeah, it's kind of a problem when you say that, yes, these characters are going to get stale. I just feel like what you're saying here is very contradicting. And hopefully I can get my point across very well, because obviously I stutter a little bit, I stammer a little bit, I mess up on what I say, I fumble over my words. But hopefully I have made my point clear on those two things. Anyway, I feel that my point is clear on that. Characters don't feel very stale. I mean, if you compare like Mortal Kombat to a game like Street Fighter, or maybe a game like Dead or Alive, with the characters is what I'm talking about. Just comparing the characters to those characters and how those games are game to game. Street Fighter has a lot of similarities between like the way the normals work. You know, it's where the so this like crouching medium kick of Kami's looks pretty much the same. This is kind of the crouching medium kick that we've seen her have for years. You know, but she still has maybe a couple of added normals or something like that. Yeah, so it's like she kind of plays somewhat similar to how she did before, right? Something like that. And if you compare a game like Dead or Alive, yeah, like the characters are practically the same. They might have a couple of added moves as well, but they really do feel very much the same. If you played Ryu Hayabusa in Dead or Alive 5, you played Ryu Hayabusa and Dead or Alive 6, and that's great because you know when you have a character like that, you can jump right back into him. Smash Brothers is another game that does the same thing, where it's like Link will play pretty much the same way that he plays from the previous games. So that way, when you jump into the new game, you can just jump right back in with Link. It's like Link was my main. I love Link. He's the man. I'm gonna jump back in there. I want to play with Link again. So that way, you'll be able to do it. So the fact is, like, they always change characters around so much, so I don't really feel like they're going to get stale, as he said. But the final point that I want to make, this is about the characters that I feel should just always be there. Just always be there every game. The first two rosters, I think I might have mentioned this in the past, but the first two games rosters, that's what I feel should always be there. I always want to see what they're going to do with those characters. How is Scorpion going to evolve? How is Sub-Zero going to evolve? How is Sonya and Johnny and Liu Kang, the original 7, Raiden, Kano, like, how are those characters going to evolve from each game? You know, like, I want to see that. And of course, every character, I do believe there were 6 more characters added. You know, maybe 7 if you count Shang Tsung. And I feel like Shang Tsung is the only one that I don't really feel needs to be there. Because, like, you might need to have, like, a sorcerer lurking in the shadows doing, you know, shady things, like Quan Chi or Shang Tsung. You know, maybe you could have both Shinnok and Shang Tsung, Shinnok and Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, stuff like that. You know, you can have a combination of 2, maybe even all 3, but they don't need to be there every single game, even though personally, I'm being biased here, but I'm just saying, like, I would kind of want them to be there every game because I love watching Shujinki Dink videos, and I know that Dink is a huge fan of Quan Chi. He loves using Quan Chi. You know, he just loves his playstyle. I think he said that his favorite character is Baraka, but Quan Chi is his Quan Chi's his man, and I get it. You know, saying when you want to have that character back, obviously I understand that. You know, so both, I'd say that Dink and I are both in that boat right now because neither one of our characters are in Mortal Kombat 11 as a playable character. They're usually just mentioned, if anything. That's about it. You know, most characters are just mentioned. Sorry, I was kind of like watching that up there. But anyways, most characters were just mentioned in the story as Mileena has been. And of course, there's you know, Mileena that is in one of the friendships, which I think is really cool. I would say that if I were to do rating things like that, because I know Maximilian does stuff like that. Here I am just dropping names, but I know that Max does a lot of that type of stuff. He'll rate things with the other dudes. If I were to give that a rating, I would give it a 10 out of 10, and not because it has Mileena, or at least not just because it has Mileena. I swear to you, I'm not being biased, or I'm not being that biased. It's because I feel like it's a heartwarming thing. You know, it's like both these characters don't like each other, they hate each other, but for some reason, like, they're hugging and they're having fun together. That's awesome, man. That's adorable, and that's why I say that I would give that one a 10 out of 10. But the fact is that, like, Mileena's not in the game as a playable character, and I want her in the game as a playable character. You know, I want her to be there, and I want all these other characters to be there as well. You know, with Rain and, well, I mean, you know, Rain and Ermac and stuff like that, but definitely the other characters I mentioned, because Reptile is another notable character that's missing from this game that I want to see in the game as a playable character. I don't want to see him lurking around in the crypt being all creepy. You know, I want him to be a playable character in the game, and give him a redesign too. You gave Ermac this really cool looking redesign, and then you kill him in the pit, and you break my heart, because it's like, what are we meant to take away from that? I don't like it. But I feel that I hopefully have made my point. You know, fingers crossed I did. like I said, stutter, stammer, ramble on, all that type of stuff. I usually do that, and for those of you that have watched my channel for a while, you know I do that. And I'm sorry, I'm like that. But anyway, I don't think there's really much else to say right now. There we go again. You know, just slurred words and fumbling over what I say. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. I still want to get to the whole, like, you know, will she be here? Will she be available? You know, type of thing. You know, my theory, my other theory. You know, because originally I did think hopefully she'll be part of Kombat Pack 2. Well, maybe she might be part of Kombat Pack 2, but I'm getting really hot right now, so I'm gonna hurry and wrap this video up. I don't have my AC on, or AC even hooked up at the time, so yeah, we're gonna have to try to get that thing up soon. But yeah, let's try to get this video wrapped up, uploaded, and all that type of stuff. But before we do that, what is my theory? How can she still be part of Kombat Pack 2? Well, we have 3 characters, 2 of which are classic characters, 1 of which is a guest character. Which means that if they want to keep in line with Kombat Pack 1 and have 6 characters, 3 guests, 3 classics, Mileena could be the first, or the final, I guess just say the final, of the classic characters. And Ash Williams could hopefully be one of the 2 guest characters, because I really like Ash Williams to be in the game as well. But look, I just miss my Empress. Yes, I love Cassie. I think Cassie's so cool. She's really awesome. But I miss Mileena. I want to play Mileena. And you're probably thinking, like, Valerian, you don't like Mortal Kombat 11. You previously stated you don't like the game. It's still Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat. I grew up with this franchise. I love Mortal Kombat. It's amazing. I don't like the way this game plays out. No, I have my problems with it. The frame data. I keep saying the poking system and stuff like that. It's not with the poking system. It's really the frame data of the game. The frame data, excuse me, doesn't seem to function as I feel it should. You know, and I'm sure that you probably feel the same, or a lot of you probably feel the same. The throw system feels overpowered. The throws feel overpowered. Throws feel broken. I don't like it. You can be pulled out of crouching attacks, but yet you can't be hit out of crouching attacks. It's like your hitbox changes only for throws when you do crouching attacks. But then, like, why doesn't it change whenever I'm hitting somebody, when I'm trying to hit somebody? I'm constantly poked out of, like, you know, my high attacks. So I'm just saying, I don't understand. I don't understand how it goes. But the thing is, if they're going to have 3 characters revealed, when are they going to reveal them? I don't think they want to do it next month at E3. I don't know exactly how E3 is going to happen next month. I'm pretty sure some kind of streaming thing will happen. But anyway, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I don't think that NetherRealm would want to do that. I don't think they would want to mention it because I feel like it'd be too close to Aftermath. It'd just be a couple of weeks later, right? So I don't think that NetherRealm would want to say, hey, you know, here's this at E3, right? No, I feel like there's something else they're going to have to wait for. And what other major event, especially for fighting game fans, you're probably already saying it right now, we're just going to drag this out for dramatics. What other event could they use as a platform to announce this, to announce the 3 next characters? Cue Jeopardy theme. I don't have the Jeopardy theme because that's copyright issues, and, you know. Evo, right? Evo! Like I said, you probably already said this, but Evo, yes, Evo could be the time that they could announce this and say, hey, we have 3 more characters, and they'll reveal them soon, right? Maybe they'll reveal them one by one like they have before. Hopefully it doesn't stretch out over about a year. But, yeah, like, yeah, they could easily do that. They could easily have Evo be the time where they reveal these characters. So, I mean, fingers crossed they're going to do that, because I would definitely like some more characters in the game, at least, you know, just to see if there's any character that can make me enjoy the game a little bit more. But I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is, like I said earlier, getting hot, so I'm going to get up out of this stuff right here, but I ain't going to do it on camera because you don't want to see me without a shirt on. I got a hairy chest. I got a hairy chest, hair stomach. You don't want to see all that crap. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Even though this thing dragged on so long, sorry about that. Probably a little loud there when I just, like, scratched my face and hit my microphone. But yeah. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you have not, share this video with friends, ask them to do the same, and this is SHAREfactory, wishing you the best, so hope that you take care, hope that you have a good one, and hope to see you in the next video. Peace!
mercy. Finisher! Cassie Cage wins.